Hello, it's Friday again. Let's talk about records. First up, a big thank you to those of you who gave me some advice on my last video with this record, how to deal with a recurring skip that was making this very nice record by the Lost Generation. Not so perfect. I managed to do it with a toothpick. It now works perfectly. So thank you very much for that advice. Really good stuff. The internet, it's a wonderful place. Okay, so today I wanted to show some LPs. Some LPs that from artists you may not know, or you may know, but certainly for me, most of these, I didn't know much about them when I came across them or when I was introduced to them. And they've all got some interesting stuff on them. I don't think any of these are necessarily perfect records all the way through, but they've all got good stuff worthwhile, so I'm going to recommend them to you. Starting with this record by Jason, I suppose that's how you say this. It's like a sort of soul disco record from, doesn't say, but let's take a guess, this is probably late 70s sometime, on the Jet Set label, 1977 it says. And yeah, there's some sort of soft disco numbers on here, but there's some really good soul stuff as well. Particularly an interesting song here, Closet Man, with great lyrics. It's quite interesting. It's a song, a woman singing to a man who she knows is gay, and he knows he's gay, and she's kind of giving him some comfort in the world of 1977. And it's got some interesting lyrics. Some of them are quite funny as well. And then really nice soulful song on here, No Other Arms. Really great. So I wasn't too aware of this, but just suddenly recently lots of people have been showing this and talking about this on social media. So yeah, social media gives us good stuff as well. The internet once again. But yeah, really pleased to find that. And there seem to be loads of them in the shops recently. So managed to find one. Lovely. See what you think. Okay, so I must have shown this record 1,000 times now. Obviously, this is not the original J.R. Bailey, Just Me and You. This is the reissue that came out recently on Be With Records, but it's an absolute classic soul album, an essential purchase. I recommend it to everyone. But I've talked about that before, and if you've seen this channel before, you're probably well aware of it. But are you aware of this album, which he also made sometime after? I think that original one is from about 74, 75. This is from 77, Love and Conversation. It's not as good as Just Me and You, I have to say, but when it is good, it's really good, and it's got very much that same sound in the good bits as Just Me and You. So I'd really recommend it. Songs which stick out for me, that's Love and Stella by Starlight. Actually, a lot of the songs do actually sound like the same song. He seems to have a kind of groove that he goes with, but it's a nice groove, so it's really good. There's some upbeat numbers which are quite funny, some of them, a bit silly in parts perhaps. But I really like this record. For, you know, obviously not as good as the other one, but it's got lots to recommend it. And I kind of had this feeling that he'd be like a really good singer at a wedding or something, because there's this nice mix of romantic end of the night tunes, nice urgent soul tunes, and fun sort of jazzy pop tunes that you can imagine people dancing to at a wedding. I don't know, maybe that's just maybe I'm thinking too much. Anyway, give a taste of this, see what you think. Okay, next we have a not particularly interesting looking record, special delivery. I think it's pretty good though. This is from the late 70s, again, seems to be my period at the moment, 1978, and it's very much a record of that time. It's got that kind of light disco sound, some two-step soul, and what you might call slightly more dancey modern soul. I think there's some really nice stuff on here. I think my my favourite tune that sticks out starts side B, This Kind of Love. But yeah, there's some, like I said, there's some nice steppers and other good stuff on there. Yeah, nice record. I'm glad I didn't pay very much for this, because I see on the internet, especially in this country, people charging a lot of money for this record. So obviously quite sought after perhaps, but yeah, I didn't have to pay that much. It's one of those things, these kind of records. In the United States, they probably cost you about $10, maybe even less, but here in the UK you might be talking over £30. So there you go, what can you say? See what you think anyway. And I'm just going to jazz it up a bit. This album by Wayne Henderson. Wayne Henderson of the Crusaders. This album isn't very well known, and to be honest, the album I don't actually listen to very much, because for me it's all about the opening track here, Dancing Love Affair, which for me is just one of those songs which makes me feel joy. And it's a nice pop, jazz, funk, great song. I really recommend it. You can get it, I think it's on a 12-inch and it's not expensive at all. There's a very expensive 45 with it on as well. Or I managed to find this in a shop, which was really nice as well. But yeah, one side of this record is very much a straightforward jazz record. The first side's got the more sort of pop soul numbers, and that's more my kind of thing. But yeah, interesting one. Wayne Henderson, Dancing Love Affair. That's the tune you need to know. Listen, I do love that tune. Just one more to show then. They say you cannot judge a book by its cover, but that's exactly what I did here with this record by a group called Kwanzaa. The name of the album is Celebration, and it looks pretty funky, right? They look like some cool dudes. It's not a great album. It's not really my cup of tea. It's a jazz album, really. It is not quite funky enough to be a jazz funk album, I don't think. And at times it feels a little smooth, a little too smooth for my tastes. But it looks great, doesn't it? And it's on Horizon Records, which always has these strange sleeves, which you kind of have to hide them in the middle, so it's a bit odd. But yeah, all the graphics and everything's great. And I think if you know your jazz, there's some decent people on this. Ernie Watts is a name that sounds familiar to me. And there's other people which maybe, if you know about jazz, sound familiar to you. I don't love this record. I do quite like, there's one tune on here, a kind of Brazilian style tune called Kwanzaa. So I'll give you a taste of that one. So yeah, I'm kind of debating what to do with that one. But it's a group I'd never heard of, a record I'd never seen. It looked rather nice. It's in very nice condition, so I thought, why not? Anyway, records. Going to record shops. It's fun because sometimes you come across some strange records that you've never seen and you get curious. And a lot of these have also been through the joy of social media and people recommending stuff, because that's what it's all about, isn't it? Recommending records to each other, and maybe there's something you like. That's why I do it anyway. So until next time, I think that's about all I've got to say. Hope everybody's well. Till next time.